to another edition of Desmond Great Podcast at 210. I got Miss Dominique Morris in the building today.
Hi,
A
hi.
lot of y'all may know Dominique. She's here before, but hey man, she just stopped by today and trying to talk to Dominique into coming back doing the show with us here, man. But Dominique, how you been?
I've been awesome, Kelvin. I have been out in the streets working for justice. I'm Dominique Morris, the street civil advocate, providing a voice of hope and a mindset of resolve. But Kelvin, enough about me. Let's talk about you and the wonderful things that you're trying to do for the youth and more so the teens in our local community.
Hey man, Dominic, I just been going in these schools, talking to these coaches and the football players about, the thing that we stress and call unity. Unity, man, it's so much division in the schools, it's so much division in the neighborhoods, and we gotta just bring the kids together, man. I remember back in the day as we was coming up, we used to go on certain streets and play football with other kids and basketball with other kids and just back then dogs would chase you.
Right.
You would almost get hit by cars and a lot of people kids think we playing with them. When you hear that light starting to buzz, you better be on your way home. You better
That's
be
right.
tearing that driveway up trying to get there. But those days are gone and back then if you did something, your neighbors could get you.
Right, right.
And when you get home, you're gonna get another one. But those days are gone. But I think what was happening is with the government that forced the men out the house, and you got a lot of single mothers trying to raise boys, and a woman she can't turn a boy into a man because she just don't have all the tools.
Well, Kelvin, you're totally right. And so that's why I'm encouraging the public, the police departments, the people in the community, the philanthropy organizations here in Dallas, Texas, to stand behind Mr. McGee, Destined to Be Great podcast, and also Dr. Charlotte Allen with Talk 30. These two, as a collective, they provide technical services, they provide educational services, they provide mental health services, not only for teens and children, but for the family. So when you find people as a collective that gather together to fight the main thing that we are trying to protect, and that is our children. Tell us a little bit more about what you're trying to pull together in the city so that we can get sponsors, donors, donators, and people who want to support this movement. Because Mr. McGee is out in the streets trying to protect not just his family's children, not just my children, but he's trying to protect the city of Dallas, our youth, or our future. Tell us a little bit about the new and upcoming forum that you'll be doing here in Dallas, Texas.
Okay, I'm gonna touch on it a little bit later,
Just
but what I want to do now is, Dominique, with what you do, and we know that you're out there trying to bring some type of resolve to what we call injustice.
injustice, and it's not just, excuse me, it's not just injustice. It's even when families face pressures, diverse situations. I help families navigate through the hard things, do the hard stuff, helping you get your POAs together if you're getting older, if your finances and things of that nature are upside down. I put people in position to help. I literally provide a voice of hope and a mindset of resolve. Now back to you, Kelvin.
Yeah.
Tell us about your movement.
Yeah, my movement is a movement, man. And like I said, basically, bottom line is that we got to help these young people help themselves. And whether people want to believe it or not, these young ladies, they're tougher than these boys. And these young ladies is keeping a lot of things going. And I will say, as I'm looking in this camera, any females that's out there that want to help Destiny be great, get these young ladies under control. Hey, man, we need female mentorship. Hey, man, we just need, and we need it bad. And I want to say shout out to Michelle. She's out there in Fort Worth, heading up Destiny Great in Fort Worth with the Purity Girls. And we're going to take this thing to Fort Worth to where we can get those young ladies out that way. Michelle, she's doing a wonderful job. She brought that organization in from New Orleans, and
Wow.
she's just phenomenal. So yeah, we're gonna Give it to Michelle out there in Tarrant County. But I want to
Awesome.
say these young ladies here in Dallas, they really need some help. You got young ladies that don't want to learn how to cook, don't know how to cook. So how do how you think when you get older that you gonna be able to uh, keep a man?
Well, Kelly, the main thing is cooking is one thing, but like my daughter, she's in a culinary arts program at one of the local high schools. I don't even feel safe with her being in the high school because there's so much bullying and so much negative banter going on.
Right.
I'm just appalled at how do we protect these children? I mean, don't we have a video to share with the public?
Yeah.
Let's get to the video
Let's get
because
to the
time
video.
is very valuable.
Okay.
Let's share that video. To our engineer
Hey,
here.
hey, and listeners, listen up, listen to this video, and not only just watch the video.
Yeah, and pay attention. This could be you. This could be your loved one.
So yeah, we on the way with it, man. But,
Yeah.
man, they just the young boys, we gotta help them.
My name Eric Fuller Jr., currently incarcerated for a second-degree robbery. I went to jail at 17 years old. I'm 24 and will be 25 in January. That's 8 years of my life away from my family and the people that I love. It's an amazing feeling being a cool kid who can go wherever you please and can make friends with whoever you want. The street life is definitely a facade. What they don't tell you is the people that you enemies with in the streets are going to be the same people with your back in prison. So why experience a hellhole when you don't have to? It's okay to be who you are, be normal and enjoy life. Never live up to someone else's image. Believe in yourself. Have confidence and know everybody's journey is different. Have a purpose in life. And that purpose in life is to go be successful. Man, me, coming out of high school, 10th grade, I went to jail. And that year alone, I had 15 plus scholarships to go play Division I ball. But me, living up to this street life, this facade, thinking it's something good and cool to do, got me tied up. And I'm serving a 33-year sentence right now for this second-degree robbery. Fortunate enough, I had a family who had some little money to get me a lawyer. Now I get resentenced in December. But who wants to go through this whole hellhole and give away 8 years of their life to figure out they can go be a normal kid and do the right thing and still be successful? So with that being said, man, I hope all y'all stay safe. My name Eric Fuller Jr., currently incarcerated for a second.
Did you hear that?
Wow. Wow.
Wow, that's mind blowing. Let me say this here to anybody. I mean to my listeners, to my Facebook family. If you got a son, a nephew, somebody that's out there wilding out,
Any child.
about to crash out, and a lot of parents, they know what the kids are doing.
They know it. Yeah.
They know exactly what they're doing, but some are afraid of the kids, and some are just glorifying what the kids are doing.
Right.
And we got to stop that. Parents, you got to get back to being parents. You ain't got to be your kid's friend.
That's
You ain't got to
right.
be none of that.
I
Let's
tell
be
my
parents.
girls all the time, listen, I am not your friend. I'm trying to get you to it and through it. That's it. That's it. Yeah.
That's it. That man said, yeah, that young boy said 33 years.
And the thing of it is, as parents, as people of the community, we have to make sure that we even teach our children how to diffuse the drama. Don't engage. If you're laughing at the negative banter, or you're laughing at the bullying, or you're standing around in the huddle and egging it on, you're just as guilty as those that are inflicting harm on others.
Right.
We have 11, 10, 7-year-old children who are killing themselves because of bullying. And we have to hold the student council, young people accountable. We have to hold these football teams, the basketball players, the people in the schools, the young people that their peers look up to. And you can't tell me I've not seen one big high school or junior high anomaly where there were not athletics people involved. You can't say that. So we have to hold these group of collective young people accountable. We hold the football teams and the NBA players accountable on a certain level. These are those people in training. And if we do not hold them accountable on all levels, this is what we're producing out into society. I don't care for it to be with my daughters, and I'm sure you wouldn't care for it to be with your son or your daughter. So, that's something for us to think about, and we have to drink this hot cup of tea. We may not want to, but you gotta look at what's in that cup that you poured up out here in life, out here in these streets. Have you created someone who is an asset or a liability? Ask yourself as a parent. I ask myself every day. Our story and their journey may not coincide. However, what you put into your child is exactly what you're going to get out.
All right, there it is. So to kind of pick back off what she's saying here, let me say this here. To these athletes, I understand coming from a Pop Warner standpoint, coaches have always told you how good you are on the field,
Right.
how good you are on the basketball court. But how many of them coaches tell you how good you need to be in your everyday walk? How many tell you how good you need to be in that classroom? Because
I haven't found one. I haven't found one that has been able to balance the precious, diverse journey of being a coach and being a guide.
Hey man, it just
And being a guide.
and I'm not saying that coaches don't do their job.
Right.
But there's more to it than coaching. One
That's
thing I
right.
say about Deion Sanders, you may not like him. Say, man, Deion bringing the best out and all
Sure
the
is.
boys.
But you got to look at also the level of accountability that he himself is putting into the players.
Right.
See, when you coach, you also are saying, I'm accountable for these young men's
That's
actions
right. That's
on
right.
the field
Right.
and off the field because I manage them. This is the flock that I shepherd.
Right.
So it's still, I'm still saying to parents, coaches, teachers, lawmakers, we still have to monitor ourselves and cover ourselves on all four corners. I want to even address the police officer. Did y'all see? There was a video, I don't believe it was on TikTok or Instagram, where a police officer apprehended a young lady in a manner that was so disrespectful. It just made you want to literally jump into the screen. If we are not holding our lawmakers accountable and the people that are of authority, what type of respect do you even think these children are going to have?
They're not
We
gonna have
have
it.
to
They're not.
do something fanatical, something immediate, and it needs to be firm and it needs to come with hope and resolve.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey y'all. Miss Dominique, she got to get ready to get out of there. Like I said, she just stopped by for a few minutes here, and I said, "Come on, Dominique, let's do a show again because it's been a long time." And Dominique is always gonna be a family that's destined to be great. I'm trying to get her to come back, but Dominique, Texas, civil
Dominique Morris, the Texas Street Civil Advocate. And I want to say this, listen, I have never left. Whenever Ms. McGee asks me to do anything, I am always here. But I can say this, I would not be the Texas Street Civil Advocate if it wasn't for this man. So I can definitely attest to his efforts. If you have a dream, he will make sure, he will encourage you, he will put you in position to get done what you need done. And not just for yourself, but for others as well. So I want to say to Kelvin, thank you from the bottom of my heart for creating Dominique Morris, the Texas Street Civil Advocate. Not only that, I've also created My Three Daughters, podcast content creator. Again, thank you, Kelvin. This is Kelvin McGee and Dominique Morris, the podcast at 210 with Destined to be Great. Thank you.
All right, thank y'all. We out.
All right, peace.